So I hope everyone's doing well today on this great Monday. Now, today's topic is Fani Willis, an example of a power abuser. And here's my prediction. Oh boy, it's about to be good. Yes. Where do I begin? Now, Fulton County DA Fani Willis has been making waves probably over the last maybe year and a half, 2 years. Oh man, she's been throwing rights and lefts. You hear me? You hear me? Rights and lefts. All up and down through the entertainment industry with the rappers. All in the White House. He even went after Trump and a group of his colleagues and things of that nature. Now she went up in the White House. So the government is attached to this last RICO that she put out there. Now, she got Young Thug and a couple of other groups of rappers and entertainers, and I guess they was drug organizations, so that she said, that's being held down in jail and going through trials and things of that nature as we speak. But here's where she fucked up at. The number one mistake that she made was when she went fucking around in that White House. I don't know who put that battery in her back, but it was the beginning of her demise. And she went and had Trump charged. And I say about 17 or 18 of his colleagues. Now, a lot of these people had political admirations, working for the government with great careers. You know what I'm saying? They are attached to a lot of high-powered officials and politicians within the White House and outside of the White House. Then, not to mention Trump. That was the worst thing she could have ever did, was to mess with Trump. Now, I get it. She wanted to show that she was a bad black motherfucker. It wasn't good enough that she put the RICO on Thug, high-profile rapper, entertainer, and his crew. You know, she gonna get greedy, and she gonna go ahead and hit Trump and his colleagues with that RICO about the election fraud and things of that nature down in Georgia. She wanted to just beat her chest like she King Kong or she bitch Kong. You know what I'm saying? And that was the beginning of her demise. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you go fuck around with that government, them government officials, your career is over. And this is real talk. Because she overstepped her power. She overstepped her boundaries by going there and fuck with them people in the White House. Because see, just like when there's a presidential election, when those people are debating, they have investigators of the best in the world that pull up all kinds of dirt on their opponents so that they can use it in their notes during the debate. Okay, Fani Willis ain't in an election and she ain't debating. But what they're doing to her is they using the same tactics on her ass as they use on their competitors on stage doing these debates. See how they done Trump? They came up with all type of stuff. Oh, he slept with Stormy Daniels. Oh, he sexually assaulted this one, did this to this one, did that to that one, all while the election was going on. And it still didn't stop America from making him the president. But the information that they pulled up was damaging. This is how dirty these politicians play. They play for keeps. You fuck with them, they're going to ruin you. And they're going to do it so the whole world can see it. Now, a presidential debate is a national stage. Any dirt that they pull up on you, everyone is going to know it. Everyone is going to hear about it. It's going to become everything that the bloggers and reporters is going to be writing about for weeks to come. So what make you think that Fani Willis was going to escape from that type of tactic when she done went there and charged Trump and about 17 or 18 of his colleagues for the RICO case? She's just throwing the RICO Act, or loosely throwing the RICO Act all around. You know what I'm saying? She got these rappers down here, all these rappers down here, and I guess groups of guys down here that in Atlanta and wherever else, down in Georgia, where she done put this RICO Act on as a tactic to get them to turn against one another. And some of it has worked. But Young Thug's case is in court and falling apart every day in front of America's eyes. All the while, she's traveling with Nathan Wade, a married man. Well, he's divorced now. Well, he's gonna be divorced. You know what I'm saying? She overpaid him. He ain't even qualified. So what she did was she looked out for her boo, because it was in her best interest to make sure that he's a whole man by paying him all this good money to be the prosecutor on Trump's case. Now, this man ain't never tried any type of criminal case to that magnitude. He's some type of judge, and he has a practice for family things, a practice about family things, I guess with child support. I guess he handles things that has to do with families, legal issues with families and things of that nature. You know, he's been a judge. I think he was a judge in the traffic court. I think that's what they said. But his credentials don't show no one that's qualified enough to handle a RICO case of this magnitude against Trump and his colleagues. But yet still she paid him handsomely out of the DA fund. You understand what I'm saying? Out of the government, out of the funds of Georgia. See what I'm saying? Now, she's romantically involved with this gentleman. And his wife, Jocelyn Wade, has all of the evidence to prove it. Now, a lot of you are probably going to look at this video and say, yeah, man, they're just picking on her because she black and she filed that thing against Trump. But what about when she filed against Thug and them? A lot of that evidence that they got in that case against Thug and them is bullshit. This wench needed to be stopped. Now, I'm pretty sure she was doing what she was doing, over abusing the level of power that she has to get her somewhere as far as political or going after a bigger position. And one was said, no, you can't blame her. You know what I'm saying? But she overstepped her boundaries. The one thing she shouldn't have never did was go fuck with that goddamn White House and them officials. You got these people got major careers. Then you went and fuck with Trump with all of the resources and shit that he has. Your career is over. Fani Willis' career is over. Nathan Wade, your career and your practice is over. Now, they may be able to salvage a little something, but when that White House and that team of lawyers that they have that's backing Trump and his colleagues in this RICO finish with Fani Willis and Willis ass and Nathan Wade, man, I'd be surprised if them motherfuckers, be able to work in a daycare center somewhere. They might take a little change that they got stored away and start a business. But Fani Willis, your career is over. And here's the prediction that I'm going to make. Hear me out, people. She has a team of lawyers between her and Nathan Wade. They have a team of lawyers. These lawyers are working together to see how to deal with these accusations and how severe the penalties can be. Now, you got to remember, she's the Fulton County, she's the acting Fulton County DA. She has a bunch of prosecutors up under her that's trying a bunch of cases that she's brought against people. Her judgment is poor. Her overabuse of power is very poor. And she's romantically involved with someone that's involved in the Trump RICO trial. That same person that she's romantically involved with is tied up in a bitter divorce that he filed the same day that she appointed him to be the prosecutor on the Trump's RICO trial and his colleagues. The woman has poor judgment and her people skills are ridiculous. If you look at her, when the pictures that they have of her setting in these hearings, she has a resting bitch face. If you heard her talk, she gave an interview in a church. She gave a speech in a church where she called herself giving out some form of an explanation to the congregation. She was throwing shots. So she's making the situation even worse for her. She's giving the media more to talk about and drag her. This is my prediction. Fani Willis will step down as the acting DA of Fulton County. Nathan Wade will recuse himself from the Trump's RICO trial. Also, the Young Thug and YSL RICO trial is going to weaken even more because of her credibility. Because she's the acting DA that brought this case against him. That judge in that courtroom with YSL and Young Thug and them it's going to question the credibility of the DA. As if he's not all, as if they're not already doing that right now. Young Thug's lawyers are going to prepare to go at the acting DA and their credibility. Oh, she done fucked up. She's a dumb son of a bitch. That's what she is. You give people a little power, and what do they do with it? They abuse it. Fani Willis is a prime example of an individual that overstepped her level of power. She should have stuck with them RICO trials that she filed against them rappers and whatever other RICOs that she done throwed out there on them drug dealers and whatever it is that she called herself doing. She should have never wanted to fuck around with that goddamn White House. No, somebody put a battery in her back and told her, say, hey, we need you to go file this against Trump. We trying to stop him from running. Them people then came up with all kinds of shit against Trump to interfere with this election, to stop him for being able to run because they know that he's going to win. America's going to put him back in office. That's what they're going to do. And they are scared of that in the White House. Believe this when I tell you this. Here's another prediction. If Trump becomes the president of the United States again, this is two things I know is going to happen. He's going to get rid of that RICO law. That RICO law is not going to be used as loose as it's been. He's going to change that RICO law, and that RICO law, the looseness in that RICO law is going to free a bunch of people that have been charged under certain types of RICOs, such as these ones that these people being charged under, like Trump and his cabinet and Thug and them down there. And he's going to finish destroying Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, and everybody that's been attached to these RICOs against the White House, against Trump and his cabinet. The moment this man swear, if he's lucky enough, if he wins, I don't know who will win, but if Trump wins, their careers are really going to be buried in the ground. That RICO law is going to be completely changed because Trump is going to change it. And all of the people that's sitting in jail right now with those RICO charges, with those fucked up laws that they've been charged the RICOs up under, they're going to be freed. Or their time is going to be cut completely in half. A lot of them are going to be coming home. If y'all want to get mad with anybody, get mad with Fani Willis. That bitch abused her power. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when the guy from YSL told them, say, yeah, man, we know of some sexual allegations against her because our boy slept with her. They ain't want to hear that. The first time when Trump put that out there, they didn't want to hear it. Oh, she brushed it off. But the bitch pussy got in the way of her job. The old boy Nathan Wade was slinging that old chocolate pipe up in her. They taking trips, old lavish trips and doing. Oh, yeah. He can afford it. They're paying them good change. She done had it so She set her man up so that, hey, man, they can get them a beautiful home together. All the while, put Trump ass in the ground and get more money. She joined the efforts to destroy Trump's she joined the efforts to destroy Trump's election run. And believe me when I tell you, them people working on her ass in the news, and them lawyers in that White House is coming with all types of shit on her ass. You see right now what it just did today, yesterday or today, they put together an emergency divorce hearing. Oh, boy's about to get good. You wanted the limelight, you got it. The biggest mistake that Fani Willis made was when they're fucking with that White House. Fucking with Trump and charging Trump and all of those colleagues of his in this cabinet with them RICO charges. Them people have all kind of good careers and all kind of political admirations. They tied to a bunch of powerful political people. A lot of them parents is powerful within the government. What? Fani Willis' ass is done. They done put her ass in a rice cooker. They're going to add some rice and peas. They're going to add some peas and corn to her ass. She's going to be a good rice bowl. Then her ass is done. And my prediction is that the Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, will step down and recuse herself from the RICO charges that's currently going on, that she's put on people. And Nathan Wade, how boo-boo, is going to recuse himself from this Trump's RICO trial. Give it less than 2 weeks. That's my prediction. Hey, I would like to say to everyone out there, I love you and I hope you love me back. I hope that the differences in our opinions don't change the love that you have for me. I'm still going to love you anyway. I would like to say to everyone that haven't liked to subscribe to my channel, to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop for my latest videos and my lives when I begin to go live again. I would like to say that I fully support the striking and protesting efforts of Lyft and Uber drivers and gig workers from city to city and state to state. I fully commend you all for your unselfish approach to fight for change. Hey, if we don't get any change, I stand with you 100% anyway. I fully support the drivers. Now, Lyft and Uber drivers are going to be holding a strike and an app shutdown on 2/14/24. And I'm fully supporting and will be a part of that strike and app shutdown effort. I would like to ask all of my subscribers, just drivers, and you new drivers and older drivers, to please join in as well. Okay? Find somebody to love. It'll make you feel better. Even if you can't stand the sight of them, that negative energy will just go right on away. Until my next video, let's get this bread, baby.